You're out of touch and I'm out of time. And it's because it's my favorite day of the week. Wednesday, or as I like to call it, Thursday, and it's time to talk about a video. So I'm not sure if you guys remember this little guy. His name's GradeAUnderA's. I remember watching him all the time back when he came out. He did his videos. He was like British. I know the wrongs that I committed from watching British people back in the day. So I don't do it anymore. But I remember like way back before my YouTube channel like popped off or anything. It was like GradeAUnderA, like, oh, remember iDubbbz, the classic iDubbbz, N-word, F-word, N-word, F-word. Back in the day where GradeAUnderA was around, we still had Filthy Frank and Pink Guy. Ramen noodle song just came, Chin Chin, great stuff back in the day. Just great. Oh, Leafy, he's not great stuff, but he was something. So GradeAUnderA was like a big part of the commentary community back a while ago. We're providing contrarian commentary points that everyone got around. But he's had like a couple of comebacks where he tried to post some more, then he stopped, and he tried again, and he stopped. As far as I know, this is his first post that's like been up on his channel for like 4 years or something. So it's been a couple of... Bud. Yeah? Anyways, he's been gone for a while and he decided to come back with a debut video called Is COVID Overhyped? All right. So GradeAUnderA asking the hard-hitting questions as in, is COVID overhyped? Like it's Supreme or something, like it's fucking Antisocial Social Club back in the day. Just really hard-hitting questions. And the big problem is that this video dropped while I was on break, so I didn't get to watch it. And you don't get to either because it got removed for violating community guidelines, and he got a fucking copyright strike. My bad. And he got a community guideline strike, which is a pretty nasty strike, I have to say. Ripperino Cappuccino, RIP in peace, GradeAUnderA. But someone re-uploaded the video, so we still have it. All right, and this is why I love re-uploaders. You know what? The same thing happened with the furry foot video. Okay, with the furry foot video. By the time we got around to it, it was deleted. But listen, you guys don't get to get away from this pain. All right, you guys don't get to get away from the pain. So we're gonna watch the goddamn video. I haven't seen it. Your cringe cannot be eradicated. Listen, once you post cringe, the cringe is out there. It can't be that bad, right?
I count slowly. Mate, COVID sucks.
Gee, god damn. I forgot about his voice. I forgot about his voice. All right. We're starting off strong. He's anti-COVID. I like that. That's a good meme. All right. I never heard him. No, this is his thing. He's just like British and he just fucking screeches. Yeah, the like all caps oi bruv is actually the way he speaks.
Stopped us from going to restaurants and gym, stopped us from travelling around, and even stopped us meeting up with friends. Not that I ever did any of those, right? Mate, I barely leave the house. But still, it sucked. But seriously, I feel like some people don't really know COVID at all.
Now we have over 120 million dead from COVID.
See? Don't know COVID at all. So I thought I'd help out, mate.
I can't understand half of the things he's saying. I can't understand half of the words that are coming out of this man's goddamn mouth. Okay, wait a second. Okay, wait. Are there captions? Does it just say like incomprehensible British screeching? Oh, this is definitely not what he said. Oh yeah, that doesn't work. This is listen, we don't say that about England. You know, like leave England alone. If you hurt England, you may hurt like Scotland, and Lonerbox is there. We like Lonerbox, right?
Cause we all want to defeat COVID, right? And to defeat your enemy, you must first know your enemy. So in order to fully know COVID, right, I thought I'd make a quick video showing just how deadly it is by looking at the numbers. Cause what's that quote, right? Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie.
Numbers in and of themselves don't lie. But the way that men and women can put together numbers, now that can tell a lie. That can indeed tell a lie. Absolutely. And depending on who you go to for your numbers, that can also be a lie. So sure, the numbers in and of themselves don't lie, I guess. But depending on how you present those numbers, 8 is lying. Yeah, 8 is definitely lying. Oreos are crap. Now that's just true. The like cream on the inside is not good. The cookie on the outside is not good. I'm not dunking that shit in my milk. I just drink my milk straight. I drink it raw, okay? I like my... I'm not making that joke. Anyways, I like to drink my milk raw, not with like Oreo bits in it.
See? They don't lie. And come to my Twitch afterwards, right? We'll have a nice debate about all this if facts make your butt hurt.
No, debate? He said debate? We love debating here. Wait a second. Free debate? Hello? Free debate? Wait a second. All right, buddy. All right, bud. Come on, man. I mean, back in the day when GradeAUnderA's was originally making videos, there wasn't a big debate scene like this outside of specifically just Des Tiny. But there's a lot more of us now. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Come on. This sounds fun. Anyways, let's see what he has to say. What can we debate him on? You know, he's simply asking questions. So
let's go.
Once I start counting, it's very hard to stop.
Let's do a fun little exercise. Okay, to start, right, let's pick a random number of people. I don't know, let's say, 37,594. Yep, totally random. This is 1 pixel, and this is 37,594 pixels. Each pixel representing 1 person in our test group. Say hi, test group. Hello. Hi. All right, mate. On the queue. Okay, so let's take this group of 37,594 people, right? And infect them all with COVID. For science. And in order to understand just how deadly...
Grade A he must be getting his lessons from that libertarian that was at that Vosh and Destiny libertarian debate. Listen, we're pro-human experimentation. In this house, we're pro-human experimentation. Vosh beat you. I don't care what Vosh does. You think I care what Vosh does in these parts? You think I care what Vosh does? Means nothing to me. Nothing. Nothing, I tell you. I don't care what Vosh does. I don't live in that man's shadow.
COVID is, right? Or isn't? Let's run a little simulation on our cute little test group to see how badly it decimates them. Let's go!
I could count forever, count until I drop.
So first of all, right, we need to know how many of our test group will die by finding out COVID's kill rate. COVID is deadly grade. Bet it's like 70% or something. Wrong. It's just over 2%.
Jeez, that's awful. Oh no, please.
What? Yeah, mate. 220 million have gotten COVID with final outcome so far, of which over 215 million have survived.
2%'s awful. 2% is everything. What are you talking about? 2%'s crazy, man. What do you mean? You want to do a little experiment? Okay, wait. For one, just because you recovered does not mean you're okay. Have you seen the sort of stuff that people go through? Like, there are people who had to get like lung transplants. COVID like bodied their lungs so bad, their lungs were just not functional anymore. So they had to get lung transplants after getting COVID. That's pretty bad. Even if you've survived, because he would be in the survive rate, that's not good. That's not good. That's bad. I don't know, bud. Do you say the same things about like I don't know, it's just really weird because people who like really don't know much about like statistics will say shit like 2%. That's not that big. 2%'s horrible. Would you get into your car? Would you get into your car if you knew that there was a 2% chance that it was going to explode? You know what? Even worse. 2% chance that when you sit down in the seat and then like turn the key, a freaking 12-inch dildo springs up from the bottom of the seat and then it like cartoonishly flies up your butt and then throws you up like out of the car and then shoots you across the neighborhood. Okay? If that happened. For me personally, I wouldn't get in the car. I want to up those chances. Fuck off. You people. If you were to imagine, I know a bunch of you losers watch Squid Game, okay? Imagine you're Squid Gaming, okay? You're gaming, you're squidding, all right? You're Asian, specifically Korean, South Korean, all right? Imagine you're Squid, you're South Korean, you're in a South Korean movie or TV show on Netflix, all right? Imagine this. And you step into a room. 400 of you step into a room, okay? And then you all have to leave the room. Yeah, we don't want to get, no copyright, not Squid Game, octopus tournament. It's the octopus tournament. 400 of you enter a room. There's a 2% chance you all have to leave the room, okay? You all have to leave the room. Let's say 400 of you enter, you all have to leave the room, and there's a 2% chance that on your way of walking out the door, you're going to get shot in the head, okay? Thinking of it, 2%, that's not that big. But by the numbers, 8 of you aren't leaving the room. 8 of you are going to die. Would you walk through that door knowing that you may be one of those 8? I don't think so. So we can say 2%, but 2% out of 200 million is almost 5 million. Do we need, I think like those 5 million people mattered to me personally. And not all of these 200 million are okay. A lot of them are really not okay. There are lots of people who will suffer from like lifelong like respiratory issues.
That's a 98% survival rate. Really? Mate, that's pretty crap for a deadly disease, not gonna lie. Pussy. Which, if we apply to our simulation, that means that of our 37,594 people who we gave COVID, right, a grand total of 838 will die. Ah, rest in peace, boys. But let's analyze those 838 further.
Wait, chill. Wait. Is he straight up, oh, rest in piss, you won't be missed, 800 people died? Almost 1,000 people? That means a lot. 1,000 people just randomly just vanished, just fucking died. That's a pretty bad thing. Out of these 800 people, like, listen, I know it's like super cool and sick to be online and not care about anything, and you're just a dude and you're like, oh, people care about things? That's so cringe, man. I don't care about anything, bro. I'm like, I don't give a shit. You can't hurt me. 1,000 people, rest in piss, you won't be missed. Like, sure, that's funny, but you know what's not funny? People's like moms and dads, their sisters and brothers, their spouses and children dying. That's not funny. That's not very funny at all. And we're not just talking about deaths. Once again, people get very sick and need to be hospitalized, and being hospitalized is also not good. How many of these 37,000 people need to go to the hospital? What, a third of them? Something along those lines? That's not good.
Seeing what ages COVID affects.
Count until I drop. 1, 2, 3.
Ah, COVID is deadly great. It kills people of all ages, young and old, equally and indiscriminately.
What the fuck? And who has said this before? Who has said this? We all know that geezers are dropping dead more than like 9-year-olds. Here's the crazy thing. Man said lollies. He is on the internet, so doesn't, you know, I understand that. Hey Kat, what's up? Hot take. I care about old people and I want them to live just as much as I want young and middle-aged people to live. Hot take, I know. Not like judo chopping grandma in the fucking throat, okay? Is actually cool to me.
Wrong! Because according to these death numbers from the CDC, combined with these numbers from the US Census, if you're over 45, you are literally 958 times more likely to die from COVID than someone under 18. What? And if you're over 65, mate, you're almost 2,500 times more likely to die. Oh my God! Yeah, mate, COVID is an old people disease.
No! Of all COVID deaths, there are or age under 35, less than 3%. That's huge, man. That's happening? You don't know what these numbers mean. You literally just think, oh, single digit number, it must be small. We must not care about it, cause small number. Here's something wacky. Let me show you. You want to talk about numbers? Let me show you a couple of numbers, all right? So in September 2021 in the US, here's the leading causes of death in the country. This is for all people, but here are the leading causes of death in the country. COVID has killed more people than suicide, renal failure, which is kidney failure, any other respiratory disease, diabetes, and Alzheimer's,
This meme is
and
real.
chronic lower respiratory disease combined. It's killed more people in the same time frame as strokes, as literally any accident that could be happening. Any accident, all right? You cartoonishly slip on a banana peel, cartoon style, and go whoop, 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 and like crack your neck and you die. This happens less than COVID, all right? Almost 3 times as much. And cancer. COVID is killing more people per month than literal actual cancer. All right. The only thing that's beating it slightly is heart disease, period. All right. So if you want to talk about numbers, COVID is the second highest thing that's killing people as of today. And this is as of today. During the entire breadth of the pandemic, COVID has been number one in for every age group. When it comes to deaths, we're not just talking about old people here. For people who are between, I think if I remember, 35 and 45, that group of people the number one thing, if they were going to die during the beginning of the COVID, the number one thing, if they were going to die of anything, was going to be COVID. So I think those deaths actually matter. And I can be a soy cuck SJW cringe lord for that, for thinking that the number one thing that's killing people being COVID-19 is a bad thing. Maybe that just makes me a little bit cringe, but I have to tell you that that's really not a good thing. That's not a good meme. Listen to this. This brief was from deaths from COVID-19 ranking among leading causes of death in the US. We did find that COVID was the second leading cause of death in September 2021. We also found that in September, COVID-19 was the number one cause of death for people between 35 and 54 among the top 7 leading causes of death in other age groups. Number one cause of death for people. So here's the group. Now, for me personally, I don't think when you turn 35 or 54 even that you're an absolute geezer. Okay. I think there are some very fit, very healthy people between 35 and 54. Now I'm giga baby. All right. I'm like, goo goo gaga, I want milk sort of baby mode when it comes to just the general public. All right. Because I'm just 22, so I'm not here. But I've seen people who are 35, 54, and these people are not giga old. They're still living. Yeah, I want milkies. I want milkies, baby. Okay, I want to be tucked in, baby. But 35 and 54-year-old people are not geezers. They're not old people. A lot of them they matter. All of them matter actually. 45 is basically knocking on death's door in the 1400s. No, today. And what you mean is on the internet. 45, you are a giga geezer online. 45 is just I don't even know what you're doing online. I don't even know why you still have an internet connection. Honestly, when you turn 45, what are you doing? Why are you, as a 45-year-old person, still online? Fucking yikes, man.
Only 3% of all COVID deaths are under 45. And 45 is not even that young in the first place. Simulation time. Which means that of our 838 that died from COVID, right? Unlucky boys. The amount that we would expect to be younger than 45 is just 25 of them. Rest in peace, boys. But let's analyze that remaining 25.
I don't know what he's trying to say, because if all of these people got sick, many of them had to go to the hospital. which is bad. And when you clog up the hospital because you get COVID-19, other people die because they're not able to get elective surgeries or like, especially if you fill up ERs. If someone gets shot, if someone's in like a car accident and they need to be in the ER, but someone's in the ER because they have COVID, like, even if they didn't die, that other person could die. They're literally like hospitals are full. In Texas, hospitals are literally full. They don't have any. You guys remember this, right? We talked about this before. Here, even though COVID isn't killing people who are that young, you know what is? Them being in the hospital. We talked about this before, especially in Texas and other red states. What's happening is that hospitals are filling up so much with COVID patients that children are having to be kicked out. Children are like dying. Children are dying because they're not able to get surgeries. So not able to get surgeries, not able to get care. If they get COVID, there's like a waiting list. They have to do like a raffle to see who's going to get any medical care, and the other ones are left to die in the lobby. It's wild. A judge, because a parent sued, and the judge was like, we can't do anything. We have no beds. We have no ICUs open. We have nothing. Your kid's just gonna have to die. And you can be like, oh yeah, bro, you didn't die in COVID. It's not in the way, man. Yeah, like, bud, chill. 25 deaths seems non-negligible out of 50,000. That's a small town. Yeah. Guess I'll just die. Yeah, I guess he'll just die. I mean, he is British, so I didn't expect much from him, but this is still low.
One last time, and see how many of them were already in shit health to start with.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, I love counting.
COVID is deadly. 96%. Let's skip the foreplay, do you know what I mean? Listen, it was 99% overall, right? But for people under the age of 45 who died from COVID, 96% of them had some other serious underlying health condition. Yeah, rest in peace, you cunts. Listen, thus we get our conclusion from our simulation, mate. That for every 37,594 people who get the deadly COVID, the amount of people it would kill who are old as fuck and are already in shit health to begin with is 1.
Bro, I'm losing my mind. Also, Hannah Reloaded, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, Raiders. Hello, it's nice to see you. How you doing? How you doing? Did Hannah treat you well tonight? We're finishing up the Grade A Under A video before we move on to literally anything else. There we go. Beautiful. Here it is. This is literally great. This is literally Grade A Under A right now. This is unironically this man convinced me to give a shit about other people. It's okay. I'll wait. Like, dude, why can't we just like care about people for like 1 second? Why can't we care about people? It's not as like weak sauce as you think it is. It's not as weak shit as you actually think. I'm not gonna lie. All right. You don't know what these numbers mean. You don't know what 2% means when it comes to hundreds of millions of people. That's huge. It's massive. I'm literally the same age as Hannah. Watch it. Listen, all the things still apply. I'm sorry. Listen, if you're old and sick, yeah, who cares? Bro, like, I think people who are sick matter. You know who some of those people who are sick were? What about like children with like leukemia or something? What if you had to get an organ transplant and you got COVID because you had to be immunocompromised? What if you had cancer? What if you had like diabetes? What if you're like overweight? Like a lot of things happen to make you be immunocompromised. That's like shit health. That isn't you like, I don't know, being ugly and eating 10 like Big Macs a day. I'm gonna tell you, lots of people smoke. That makes you more susceptible to COVID. If you have like high blood pressure, high blood sugar, that makes you more likely to die of COVID. Diabetes, 1 or 2. All of these things can play into you having a higher mortality rate for COVID. And I'm sorry, I don't know why we should have such a massive argument about you giving a shit about people. It seems like less of an issue about us and more of an issue with you. Why can't you just get on board? Why can't you just like care about another human being for like 1 moment in your life? 1. Literally 1. It doesn't matter for like other things, but this really matters. Just 1 second, 1 singular moment in time. I beg of you, just care about another person on planet Earth.
1 not old as fuck person who isn't already sick.
I just really think it's incredible how you have to put so many modifiers to get down to 1. And this is what I was talking about when I said like numbers don't lie, but people do. And people using numbers can lie with numbers. It's like as you can see, we really don't have to worry about it. The amount of people, the one dead person who was under the age of 35, who didn't have these specific set of illnesses that are comorbidities to COVID, and also I think are like super cool, and also the ones that I actually want to care about, and also it's actually 1, bro. It's actually literally just 1. So honestly, if I keep cutting this thing in half, I can get to a really small number. Like, wow, that's incredible, bud. Wow, who knew? Yes, if you add 35 modifiers and specific filters to get down to a small number, incredible, you get to a small number. Who could have seen this coming?
Out of 37,594 people. Seriously, what kind of deadly disease is that? Mate, it's shit.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, yeah.
So
and still, like 40,000 people, a town of 40,000 people, which isn't like the smallest possible town ever. A town of 40,000 people and 800 of them die is pretty huge, man. This is an insult to the concept of math. I hate math, but this application of it is doo-doo ass.
To summarize, we have found that COVID has a 2% death rate, right? And kills mostly the old, fat, and immunocompromised. Big word. So much so that literally tens of thousands of people have to be infected with COVID for it to kill just 1 healthy person under the age of 45. Very scary. I'm sure you'll all agree. Listen, COVID's been talked...
Wait a second. Very scary. I'm sure you'll all agree. I'm sure you'll all agree. Yes. Yes, I missed the big brain. I'm sure you will all agree. I'm very smart at thinking out my arguments. Yes, indeed. I'm sure you'll all agree. Yes, perfect. Oh, when did this happen? Today. Yeah, and yeah, also having asthma, okay, buddy? I'm not sure how many people, just so you know, like people, yeah, he marked out of all the people who he said didn't have shit health, he's talking about people with asthma, like asthma, bro, asthma. What are you talking about, man? Anyone in England who's ever been like, anyone got a shiggy, man?
Very real.
A lot of those people died. And I think people with asthma or obese people or sick people, I think those people matter. I know, you know, this guy probably doesn't, but you know, I think so.
About like it's this deadly thing that wants to and will kill everybody, right? But after seeing these crap figures and specific demographics, I can't help but feel that there's been a lot of fear-mongering going on. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, right? Has it killed a lot of people? Absolutely. But is it an equal risk to everyone? Absolutely not. And it'd be a lie to say it is.
I need to find the nearest sewer. Wait, I need to open up my Google Maps because I need the nearest sewer because I want to slide into it, okay? I'm gonna sewer slide. What do I even say? It's just the dumbest fucking, I don't give a shit about any other person. For me specifically, it's a low risk, so who cares about everyone else in the world? Who cares about people with asthma? Who cares about people with diabetes? Who cares about people with who had cancer? Who cares about anybody who's gotten sick recently? Who cares about anybody who's gotten the flu? Who cares about anybody who was born with type 1 diabetes? Who cares? Because I would be okay. Because apparently the only human beings that matter. Also, what's up, Gappy? I'm not sure if you're still here. Apparently the only people who matter are people who are under 45 and also not who have never gotten a chronic illness and who are not sick at the moment. Yeah, we talked about cancer. And who are not sick at the moment. I guess those are the only human beings that matter, I guess. It's not fear mongering. All of these things are real and new. I mean, all of these things are like real and they're not new. Everybody knows that people who are under 45 have a lower risk of dying of COVID. But when the number one cause of death in the country is COVID for people under 45, it's not really as cut and dry as Grade A wants you to think. And I'm honestly super disappointed. I used to watch this guy.
This video's getting long enough as it is, right? But I hope it's helped you make your own decisions on COVID. Video on vaccine soon. And listen, right, no sponsor.
Oh no, he's releasing a video on vaccines. Oh no. Haven't had much fun making the video on vaccine one in a while. Oh, he's having fun. Oh no. He got a guideline strike, so I'm not sure if he's going to be able to post that new video. Oof. Ow and ouch.
On vaccine soon. And listen, right, no sponsor on this video because it's a COVID video, innit? Controversial topic. So this video is sponsored by my big hairy balls instead.
Thank you, Grade A. I appreciate you. How sick. And then at the end, he like plugs his Twitch channel. Amazing. That was just all. It was just like the same old repackaged garbage talking points about COVID that we've seen everywhere. And I guess at the end of the day, I don't know why I should be surprised. I'm not too surprised, but I think I'm really disappointed because when it comes to these sorts of people who made their brand off of being the I don't give a shit about other people, I'm never offended, I just shoot the shit and crack jokes about everyone, about everything, and nothing really matters to me type person until something really matters to me, sort of contrarian boy. It just leads it was all fun and games when you did that shit about like shopping at Macy's and making like a funny video about like how cringe it is to go to Macy's or something. But when it comes to an actual pandemic that's killing people and you're like, oh bro, well, I just one person that I had 57 modifiers to die. It's not really a big problem, eh? Or yeah, oi, eh, oi. Like, get a grip, man. Get a grip. Other people in this world matter. And I don't know why you need to be debated into giving a shit about any other person who exists. Yeah, the guy's like a living embodiment of fucking 3head. I mean, come on now. We shouldn't have to argue this hard about you caring about anybody else. Just be normal, man.